Namaste, Saraswati, Purvani Pratayamine, Nirvishesha Sunyavasti, Shradharine. Namaste, Saraswati, Purvani Nirvishesha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Bhagavata Shri Radha Shri Krishna Bhagavata Shri Radha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Bhagavata Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Yeah, how long? 5 minutes. 5 minutes?
Speak to
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I wish you always thank you so much for attending this program. We hold the program every weekend on Sundays at the same time for Kirtan Center before. What we just did was Kirtan. Kirtan is a Sanskrit word. Sanskrit is held to be the mother of all languages, and it's the basis of the Vedic culture. It's the language spoken in the ancient Vedic culture. And what we just did was called Kirtan. And so Kirtan means to glorify the Lord. So we're coming together and we're chanting, and it's very nice because we're connecting on a very deep level. Ordinarily, we might go and connect to people on all kinds of different levels. We take our dog to the dog park and we connect to the other human beings there on that level. Oh, what kind of dog do you have? Oh, it's nice. To the degree that we actually hold that very close to our identity, which people who have dogs tend to do, they feel very deeply about it. Other people, they go to the restaurants and they connect to people in that way, or eating. So many different ways that we connect to people all the time. Fashion, all these different things. Sports. and all these things, they make up large parts of our identity. We feel very strongly about these things. But in what we're doing now is we're coming together, and we're coming together and we're chanting Krishna's names. And in the Vedic culture, and in the texts that make up that culture, it's described that the Supreme Being, his name is Krishna. He's got unlimited names, but one of his names, his most primary name is Krishna. His most intimate name is Krishna. Just like, you have a boss or the president, and when he's situated in his office, he's referred to as, and when he comes home, or when he's addressed by his relatives, his family, they call him by his name, or similarly God, who actually owns the whole entire cosmic manifestation. He's also addressed by different titles, the Almighty, God, different things. But Krishna is his most intimate name because it refers to him directly and his who he actually is. When he's around his most intimate devotees, powerful ways, his friends, things like that. So, anyways, we're coming together and we're chanting these most intimate names of God, and we're connecting on a spiritual level. It's beyond. We understand from the Vedic text that our real identity is as spiritual beings, so beyond this body and beyond this mind. And actually, we have an eternal relationship with Krishna, who's the supreme spiritual being. So when we come together with other souls and we chant these names, we connect on a very deep level, the deepest level. Like that, we can overcome so many different problems that are there when we're identifying with identifications that are less than that. So I mean, that's the main practice in our Hare Krishna movement. Is we're coming together, we're chanting these things, Krishna together, and we're realizing that actually, our real identity is as spiritual beings, and our real relationship is with Krishna. We can connect very deeply with each other like that. So it's very nice. And that's kind of what it means to be Hare Krishna. It's not that, what it means to be Hare Krishna is that, we have so many ideas of what it means to be. But actually, what we're trying to come to is if we ever hope to kind of come together, on an equal platform, and an actually equal platform, we have to learn to see each other for who we actually are, just spiritual beings. So essentially, what it means to be here is that we're trying to cultivate this identity of figure out who I actually am, something beyond this body, something beyond this mind. See all the entities like that too, and then a real relationship would be there. A relationship which is based on something eternal, which is eternal truth, eternal reality, and not a relationship based on something which is temporary, like me being in this white American body, black American body, Chinese body. Those are all temporary things, So that's just a little bit about what we're doing here. Thank you so much. Yeah. Anyone have any questions? Yeah, that question was, what does Satchidananda mean? Satchidananda is a phrase that we often hear. It's a combination of three words, Sat, Chit, and Ananda. And these are all the qualities. These are the qualities that kind of make up the spiritual world, the absolute realm, and the absolute person in its paraphernalia. So we understand that God kind of refers to one person, refers to a person. Typically, we understand it as being the supreme controller. But we also sometimes refer to the Vedas that, that God also refers to a demigod. So we understand that God is a controller, somebody in a high position of control. And so that denotes a person. And we're familiar with, this idea that there's a God and he's a person. But in the Vedas, it's described who that person is, not only who that person is, but also where he is, and who he's with, and what he's doing. And we have his name, his qualities, his form, his different features, and that. And we understand that simultaneously all of those things are in God. So we understand that Krishna is God the person, but he's also got his devotees. He's also got his home, his activities, his qualities, his name. Like that. So Satchidananda is describing the nature of God, his form, his name, his qualities, his devotees. They're all, Sat means eternal, Chit means full of knowledge, consciousness, and Ananda means bliss. So God and all of his paraphernalia and everything is Satchidananda. It's eternal, it's full of knowledge, it's full of bliss. There's no measures there. There's no temporality there, and there's no misery. Whereas if we, taking with the analogy of the president, we have the president and he's got a name, he's got qualities, he's got a abode, a place of residence, and he's got cabinet members, his friends, all those things, And so there's a reflection there. But the only difference is that that arrangement in the material world is not eternal. It's not eternal. And it's not full of knowledge, it's full of ignorance, because people are. And then also it's a miserable condition. Essentially, yeah, Satchidananda refers to the spiritual nature. Krishna also has, understand that Krishna is the energy, he's the energetic, he's the energetic, so he has the energy, right? And the energy is divided in, typically we understand it's divided into three categories. It's divided into the material nature, which comprises everything we see around us here in the material world. And then he's got his divine nature, which comprises the spiritual world. And when we say spiritual world, we're also referring to his abode, the different unlimited planets that are in the spiritual world, where he and his devotees reside. And then he's got a third nature, which is the marginal nature, and that comprises the living entities. The living entities are either situated in one or the other. So Satchidananda refers to that divine nature of God. Does that make sense a little bit? It's just quiet.
You can hear me. notion that women are less intelligent, basically. So that's like one aspect. It's just like this ego identification. If I didn't identify that, then I would take that. Still, it's content that our but hierarchy in place. There's always a corrupt employees. And so this notion that women are less, they're more likely to be abused by, I guess, what I've witnessed in reality. So that's just yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to put a juicy question on you.
No, that's a nice question. It's fair. It has a lot to unpack. But we don't think that women are less. It's never stated that women are less than men. It's just stated that on a material level there are differences, right? And oftentimes now when we hear that men and women are equal, then automatically assume that what follows is that men are superior and women are inferior. That's not actually what it's stated. Like even the Bhagavad Gita 10:34, chapter 10, text 34, Krishna says that in this chapter he's telling Arjuna. I forget how the full verse is. But anyways, he says, I am all devouring death, I am also the generator of all things. And then the second part of that verse is that he says, among women I am fame, intelligence, memory, beautiful speech. And so, in other words, Krishna is saying that intelligence is actually a feminine quality. Not that only females have intelligence, but that intelligence itself is the female quality. Just like we have Saraswati or Lakshmi, and Lakshmi is the goddess of fortune. So love is the female quality, and Saraswati is the goddess of learning and art and beautiful speech. And so we understand that intelligence, Saraswati is our perspective, supremely intelligent. So we understand that intelligence is a female quality. But it is described that in the material world, there are differences. A man has his nature, a woman has her nature, and in one sense, a man, we could say that women are more emotionally intelligent than men, and men are more logically intelligent. But it's not that men are smart and women are stupid, or women are smart and men are stupid. It's a case-by-case thing, So I hope that Sure.
So, in the Vedic culture, we're trying to please Krishna. So, that's our whole thing. So we have to look at every situation through that light. And that's the only way we'll be able to navigate these tough situations, is just try to understand what's pleasing to Krishna. And one of the ways that we understand what's pleasing to Krishna is through scriptures. And then we also understand what's pleasing to Krishna through the saints or through the persons who are practicing spiritual life. And we also understand what's pleasing to Krishna through the Guru. So there was a devotee who's in the female body, and this devotee was sharing her feelings that she was, and I'm using she, but actually this person is a devotee. So this devotee was saying that they felt, you know, put down or something like that, looked down upon somehow, and because they were women. And Prabhupada made that point, as you mentioned, too, that, you know, it was a type of relationship where Prabhupada could kind of bring back the courage, just say it as it is. That was the type of relationship with this disciple. And the Prabhupada said that, well, if you were thinking that you are, that there is no question of moving in spiritual life. Now, that sounds harsh, but essentially, basic, when Krishna starts to describe any, he tells Arjuna, you're an eternal being, you're not your body, you're transcendent. And so, you know, it's really tough for us because we're really attached to our bodies. So, as much as anybody else, we're all here in this Kali Yuga. The whole society is crazy. We're all, you know, this where if you don't have philosophy, you're taking drugs, you're crazy. So we are all convinced that with this body or something, and so when we come to devotional service, we just have to try to fight for that realization that we are all. We have to really try to go to the root of the problem. It's like, okay, Krishna has asked me to, he says that if I were to please him, then, you know, he'll remove all this contamination, you know, and the way to please him the best is to chant his names and to offer him food, to read his books, read his words, and meditate upon him. And that's what we're trying to emphasize at the Hare Krishna temple. And it's tough because I still think that I'm this body. And because I think I'm this body, interacting with the opposite gender is impediment for me to focus on Krishna, to do instead, to chant his names. Because, you know, I didn't chant his name, chant somebody else's name. So therefore, there is a Vedic culture. There's a culture which supports the pleasing of Krishna, and it's scientific, and it has its details, but we look to Srila Prabhupada on how to apply it. So, you know, I can't say I'm anywhere even close to perfect, or, you know, that we do things perfect here, but Prabhupada was perfectly dedicated to his Krishna service. So we're hoping and praying that we can understand his mood and his, you know, how to navigate this, because it is troublesome. But, you know, we try to kind of bring it back to the basics, which go beyond, as you say. Okay, follow it. You have the mic. It's maybe soft.
It's all-
Okay.
I think this notion of women being less empowered is there's an imbalance of the either genders harm happening in the material. Simply that, well, the women's not doing their job, the men's not doing their job, and then all of a sudden there's this whole battle. We're unequal. they're more stupid, no, we're more superior, we're this. We're just following our dharma, so our gender, there would be the natural balance. Understand.
It's not. Yeah, that's faith, actually. So then to understand that dharma, then exactly that's really what we're trying to do, and we have faith that it's gonna work, if we try to harmonize with what the scripture says, but it's stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that dharma is actually locked inside the heart of the pure devotee of God. So then that's why essentially it kind of comes down to understanding how Prabhupada navigated the situation, what he asked for his disciples to do. And this is a topic that the leaders of this movement, as well as all the participants from day one to 55 years practicing, it's part of our service in one sense, or at least it comes to mind. I should say that sometimes it feels that it's our service. One thing that I like to remind myself of when these types of things come up is that I don't have to, nor am I qualified to make the final call. If Prabhupada's disciples ask me to make the call, then I have to take that as it comes. So there's an area of influence, and then there's area of concern. So the area of concern is usually our area of concern is very large. So we're very concerned about this topic, and that's very understandable, as well as we're concerned about so many things. Sometimes we're concerned about some more materialistic things, and sometimes we're concerned about more spiritual things. Or sometimes we're concerned about how they're intersecting with each other. We're concerned about this country far away, or close by. So my superiors, or my authorities, or what I can say is my advisors or my guides, my friends, counselors, they've asked me to try my best to focus on the area of influence as much as possible. If I put my attention on the area of influence, then I can make progress, make positive, progressive steps. So then my determination on this point is, for one, try to understand the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam about this topic, but even more essentially about not being the body, about being an eternal spirit soul, Sachit Ananda person, right? And then try my best to understand how to realize it, then try my best to apply those teachings, and then actually realize it. And if I actually realize this topic, this information, then Krishna states that somebody who actually has knowledge, then the pandita, they're called a pandit. Pandita Dharma. So then they see with equal vision somebody who has real knowledge, who is the humble sage. That's how Prabhupada describes him. The humble sage by virtue of true knowledge. That's how he translates the word pandita. like that. So Pandita Samagasham, if I actually try to understand the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, try to understand how to practice them, then apply the practice, and they realize them by His grace and by the grace of Krishna. Then I can see in a different way. If my vision is changed, then naturally my action will change too. So unfortunately, we have to have a lot of tolerance with each other and a lot of patience. Because we're neophytes. That means that we're we're babies on the spiritual path. And that's okay. So therefore we take shelter of the easy questions, or we take shelter of the solutions which move us forward. The solution is let's we chant Hare Krishna. And when we chant Hare Krishna, then whatever issues are there, they tend to melt away. So it all kind of comes out in the kirtan. And after the kirtan, then things are materialistic conceptions and attitudes, interactions are there. So this is a sign that we have work to do internally, and I don't know those were okay. Is that okay? Is that okay? So we offer the feast of glory time now. So from now there'll probably be maybe 5 minutes. So we can do some more kirtan till then. So kirtan further on. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
One song, one famous quote.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for coming. So, today, we just started the Kartik Mass, or Damodar Mass. Very auspicious day today. So you can see here on the altar, we have a small murti of Lord Krishna, Devi Damodar, and Mother Yashoda. So if you haven't done so already, you can offer one candle, one lamp to Lord Damodar. And every day this month, twice a day, we're singing the Damodar Ashtakam. That's Damodar Ashtakam. You can find it. And we sing it here. And you can offer a candle twice a day. That's what we usually do. mantra and we chant the prayer. And it's very nice, wonderful, auspicious month. So please take advantage. We're going to hear more about this Leela in a little bit. Not anymore? Let's see. So today is also very special. We have Vijay coming, as well as his family here, his wife, and friends. Today, they have wanted to sponsor and they wanted to form this yajna, offering a feast to Shri Gauri Sai to Lord Krishna and chanting Hare Krishna today in honor of their son, Varun Kumar Kunti. So he left his physical body in September 2020, and we know that he is left his body, but spiritually he's always with us. As long as we're chanting Hare Krishna, we're together as a family. So we thank you for this, and we pray that Varun achieves all spiritual perfection and with everyone with us with him. So, as well, recently, my grandfather actually left his body too. So we're hoping that the devotees will say a special prayer for him. And yes, so let us hear some Krishna Katha now at the back for a few minutes, and then we'll fill out with these. Hare Krishna. So we all sit here at the back. Hare Krishna, thank you for coming. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare
Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, with the blessings and permission of all the devotees and the Parampara, then I'll say a few words about the Damodar Leela. So, everyone here knows this more than me, so just bear with me, okay? So, the Damodar Leela Damodar is the name for Krishna. Damodar, Damodara, which means one who's bound around the belly with a rope. So, does anybody know where this rope comes from? Who tied the rope? Who tied the rope? Mother Yashoda. Okay, right. So Mother Yashoda is there on the altar. You can see there's very small form of Damodar, baby Krishna, with Mother Yashoda. Right, so Mother Yashoda. Who is Mother Yashoda? Krishna's mother. How sweet is that? God has a mom. You only find that information in the Vedas. You know? So, Mother Yashoda has tied up baby Damodar with a rope. What does she tie Krishna to? A mortar, right? It's a grinding mortar. So you see on the altar, when you go and you can look, or you can see some pictures online, there's baby Krishna, and behind him is this wooden mortar, right? So who's actually used that before? I never used one. Has anybody used one of those? It's like a mortar, right? It's in India, they have a really large one. And in the top of it, you put the spices and the grains or different things, right? And then you roll it on the top, and then it becomes a powder. And then you can grind your, your ingredients to use in your cooking. So there's this big grinding mortar, and Krishna was tied to that. What was the point of that? So that he doesn't get into trouble, right? So Krishna was playing just like a boy, right? Now, one can say, he's just like me. I also gave my mom some trouble. I'm still giving her trouble, right? But Krishna's trouble is a little different, and Krishna's mother is a little different too than our mother too. So Krishna is so supremely uh, perfect, so supremely transcendental God, that he descends according to his will, and he states in the Bhagavad Gita that yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanama dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. So you all know that one, right? And that verse talks it, whenever there is a decline in religious practice and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Tadatmanam srijam yaham. I myself manifest. Right? So that means that he comes in his own form. Right? It's stated in Bhagavad Gita that all the Jivatma, like us, we're also eternal like Krishna. Right? We're also eternal. And we are transmigrating. That's the word that Prabhupada used, transmigrating. That means that we are migrating from one body to the next. And in this way, the soul is continuing on according to his karma, right? And when such a person is fortunate to have contacted the Shuddha Bhaktas and the Gita and the deity Archavigraha and the Prasad, then their next destination is guaranteed, moving them right along on the spiritual path. Back to home, back to Godhead, back to Krishna Loka, back to Vaikuntha Loka. So Krishna says, I'm also eternal. But what's different between Krishna and us Jiva Tattva, right? Krishna doesn't transmigrate bodies. When he descends, he comes just like this. That's him. It's not that Krishna is inside of this form. This form is Krishna. And Krishna is this form. Whereas me, I'm inside of this form. Right? I'm inside of this form. And when this form is no longer habitable, then I'll also leave this form. Now we can take it in two ways. Say, well, it's a little bleak, right? It's a little bit, morbid to talk about death and things like that. But you can see the other side, the bright side. The bright side is that we'll go on to the next destination, right? And all those that we come in contact with, if we practice bhakti yoga with determination, with faith, if we worship the Lord with faith and determination, everybody that we meet and everyone that we knew, everyone that we loved, they will get benefit from our practice. And this is stated by Prahlad Maharaj in the Srimad Bhagavatam, great saint. And it's also stated by Krishna that one who practices this, they get a better destination next life. But we can practice on behalf of others as well. And others who come in contact with us get benefit. So Krishna is not transmigrating like us. His form is himself. And in this form, right, in this fully transcendental form, he descends to the earth planet at different times. And this Leela, Damodar Leela, this is one of his favorite activities. Does anybody have a favorite activity? Okay. Jeremy? He's a YouTuber. Okay. Okay. Little gentleman over here. Nice. Playing the mridanga. Very nice. Does anybody else have something? Right? So we all have our different activities we like to do. Krishna also has his activities he likes to do. Right? This is important to understand that what makes you an individual? You have qualities, you have a name, you have a form, you have preferences, you have things that you don't like, you have desires, different desires. One person has a desire. When I grow up, I want to be like this. And one person has another desire. Man, no, that sounds terrible. I want to do this. One person wants to wear the blue jacket. I want to have this very nice blue jacket I saw. And somebody else says, no way, I want the shoes. Somebody says, I want to love Krishna. I want to love God. I want to give my life to God 100%. And somebody says, I want to stay and try to stay in this material world forever and be happy without God. These desires make us individuals, and our individuality must be maintained according to the law of Bhagavad Gita. Our individuality must be maintained as a law, not just as a political correctness, and it's just a fact. You will always be you, and I'll always be me. And Krishna is always Krishna. So when he descends to this material world, he has his activities. One of these activities is this Damodar Leela. So he descends in Vrindavan Dham. Actually, he descends in Mathura. Then he's transferred over to Vrindavan. And then he grows up just like all of us from babyhood until he's maybe 16, 20 years old. So from that age, he doesn't get any older. He always stays fresh. That's his quality. He's ever fresh. And he does this to attract our minds. So Krishna was a small child, very young baby, and he was still breastfeeding with his mother. Then he's crying. Please give me some milk. Right? He can't speak yet at that time. He's playing. And Mother Yashoda says, okay. And she starts to breastfeed Krishna. And at the same time, Mother Yashoda is boiling a pot of milk on the stove. Right? And has anybody boiled milk before? Right. When it's time, when it's boiled, it's going to come right over the top. Unless you plan strategically, to have big pot. You know what I mean? So it starts foaming and it comes off. And when that foam hits the fire, then it burns. And that flavor enters into the fire, into the milk. And then, doesn't make first class. It's not kind of, so it starts to burn. And Mother Yashoda is thinking, I'm making these sweets for my boy Krishna. I'm making something for Krishna, and now it's going to get burned. I better put him down and stop this fire. And Krishna thinks, not cool. So then he starts to play angry. He starts to get mad. So he gets upset and he starts to get a little, vindictive. He's going to get back somehow. So he thinks, how can I get into some trouble? My mother, she was breastfeeding me. Now she ditched me for the milk, So at that time, Mother Yashoda had been churning some yogurt or some butter. And he decided to break that pot. And then he ran away. So then he ran away. And it's described that Krishna has a Leela where he's actually feeding some butter and yogurt to the monkeys. That was one of his pastimes. So then Mother Yashoda comes back and she finds there's a mess. And she's thinking, oh, look at this, my naughty boy. So then she grabs a stick. Has anybody been chased by a stick with this? Has been somebody chased by their mother with a stick? You don't have to say so. Don't say it. Right? Sometimes things can happen, And it's just a special thing between son and mother. We know we crossed the line. And then we are playing another game where now we run away. And she's also playing a game where she chases us. And hopefully it doesn't, cross that boundary, But with Krishna and his mother, it's all pure love. That's the characteristic of the pastimes of the Leela of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is it is based on prema. It's based on pure love. What is prema? Prema means that we live to satisfy the senses of Krishna. Kama. Kama means lust. Lust means we live to satisfy the senses of this body. Then, what is the master of the senses? The mind. Right? So then I live to satisfy my mind. Then, right? I live to satisfy the bodies and the senses and the minds of people who I think are mine. My people. I'll satisfy their senses too, because then I feel like a big man. I feel like I've done something. Now, all these things are natural things, right? And therefore, Krishna gives dharma for everybody to live in harmony, right? And make spiritual advancement. Because it's only natural that a mother will want to care for their child, that she'll want to care for her husband, that the father will care for the son, and to care for the grandmother, and so on, and the nation. But it has to be done in the proper way, and putting Krishna in the center, and then all those relationships become purifying. So, with Krishna and Mother Yashoda, Krishna is running away from Mother Yashoda out of pure love for Mother Yashoda. And Mother Yashoda is chasing Krishna with the stick out of pure love for him. Pure love. Actually, we should worship this. We should worship this pure love. We should constantly be meditating on prema, that we have a pure desire to satisfy the senses of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then automatically, all of our relationships will be imbued, injected with love. selflessness will pervade all of our relationships. So we have to meditate on the Leela of Krishna with his devotees. Then we can become attracted. Our heart will become attracted. We will want that type of love for Krishna. And when we start to desire pure love for Krishna, Krishna starts sending us help. Guru comes. We take Srila Prabhupada. We take his books and we start learning. What is Bhakti Yoga? How do I worship the deity? How do I offer prasad? How do I offer bhog? How do I take prasad? How do I get closer to you, Krishna? He starts to answer those questions through the sadhu, through the guru, and through the shastra. The saints, the spiritual master, and the scripture. Okay, so Mother Yashoda is chasing Krishna with the stick, and he's crying out of fear because that's going to hurt really bad. And then Mother Yashoda thinks, no, this is too heavy. If he gets afraid of me, he's never going to trust me. I can't be doing this. So she throws away the stick. She thinks twice. No, he's too afraid. This isn't going to work. So she throws the stick away and she's running and running, and her hair is getting loose and her garland is getting messed up and her, but she keeps chasing. And finally, she catches Krishna. When she catches Krishna, she says, now I'm going to do something so you can't get into trouble. And she thinks, there's this grinding mortar right here. It's plenty heavy for my young boy. He's not going to be able to pull it. And then he'll sit there and he won't get in trouble. And I'll do my work and he'll be safe. So she tries to search for all this rope. She gets all the rope she can find. And she comes to Krishna, tries to tie him up. And it's too short. And then she gets more rope, tries to tie him up again. It's too short. And again, and she gets everyone to get involved. She gets all the rope she can find. And then still, he's not being tied up. And after she spends so much energy and time, finally, she is able to tie the knot. So what does this mean? Right? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the Supreme Person. We're all persons. But Krishna is the Supreme Person. He's Bhagavan. Means he has all strength. How can somebody tie up Krishna? It's not possible. Unless they do so with the pure love. So there's two 2 inches or 2 fingers what made up the difference between the rope every time that Mother Yashoda tried to tie. One represents our hard work to please Krishna, to serve Krishna. We have to work hard to serve Krishna. How do we do it in this age? We chant Krishna's names. That's the best way to serve Krishna in this age. And we work hard at it. It's not easy. It's not easy. Right? Then comes the second, is Krishna's mercy. When we work hard to serve Krishna, Krishna gives his mercy and allows us to capture him by our pure love. So that is the Damodar Leela. Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki jai, Radha Damodar ki jai. So that is the Leela. We can learn many things about this. We'll be singing this song twice a day, every day. You can actually have a picture of Mother Yashoda and Krishna in your home, and you can offer a lamp every day. Actually, I went to go visit my parents. They live in Dallas. And, after I came here, it was I visited them on the Damodar month, and they did it with me. So if my parents can do it, you can do it too. Of course, they're kind of special too. But we sang this song, and we had a little lamp. It's really nice. So it's a very simple practice, and you can do it in the evenings or the mornings. And yeah, we can develop love for Krishna. This is a special blessing that we get to participate in this Damodar Mas. And thank you all for being here. Especially thank you, Vijay and Mataji, and the family, all the friends for being here and supporting Varun in this way. And we appreciate your being here to support us as well. The temple is made up of persons. Krishna is here. He's the supreme person. And we're all here. We're all persons too. And we want to do something to serve Krishna. It's like watering the root of the tree. If you water the root, all the leaves and branches get nourished. So that we always just circle back to that philosophy again and again. And it works every time. We can always ask the question, how can I render some service? Right? What can I do to serve? If we're always asking like that, then we'll always be on the right track. So thank you very much, devotees. I really appreciate your kind attention. Please forgive me for any offenses and breaches of etiquette or any corrections or any mistakes I may have made. I'd like to ask if anybody would like to ask a question about anything that we heard today or something on your mind. Anything? Okay. So then maybe we can have a few volunteers. So we have the prasad, it's ready, it's been offered to Krishna, and we need to bring it up. Would anybody like to volunteer to go and grab some buckets? Anybody? Okay. Okay. That sounds great. Other than that, what we're going to do is set up some seating on the floor, and we'll put some of the those little tables as a table, those little stools as a table. So we can set it up in a line or back here. Usually we make a big U out front. So the prasad will be there and we'll go in a line through that table. Hare Krishna. We could help them kind of figure out how to do it. How to do the CD.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Animated, it's an insect, animated movie by insects. I saw the taste. I was like, you know what? I don't care if I missed that or not. But yeah, I mean, he texted me and asked for me. No, I was like, okay, fine, no promises. Did it. Talk to you soon, brother. No, no problem.
Would you like me to bring? I got your plate up there. Would you like me to bring it down?
or something, or where would you like it? Or I can leave it up there.
Yeah. The idea is that I'm supposed to go up after class and see where we're at.
Okay.
So
Okay.
maybe I
So you'll be up.
maybe I can just go up there.
Sure thing.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I take a son, I take a son, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, oh, Hare Hare. I take a sin, I take a sin, just like a sin. I give all, I love I take Krishna, I take Krishna, just like Krishna. I give all, I love What are you standing? Stop, 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 and I don't know. What is standing? Stop, 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 and I don't know. Take us now, take us now, let's take us now. One day, oh, I'm sorry, stop the study, Hori Ramane Ramane. Hori Ramane Ramane. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. One more time, everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, oh, Hare Krishna, oh, Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oh, Hare Rama. One more. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Glorify. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, R Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. After the spicy part, you get the sweet.
Well, the beauty of Srila Prabhupada's house is that he created a house for all of us to live. And I can't do what Maharaj did, that's without doubt. But I consider him one of my spiritual fathers, so I'm going to give it my best shot to try. So yeah, please give me your best, try your best to chant enthusiastically, and let's see where it goes. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone, Hare Bol, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. A little louder if you can, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinath, Madhana Mohan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinath, Madhana Mohan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinath, Madhana Mohan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinath, Madhana Mohan. O Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Ki Govardhan, Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan. Shama Kunda. Sham Kunda Radha Kunda Kiri Govardhan Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan Sham Kunda Radha Kunda Kiri Govardhan Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan Rama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan Jai Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinath, Madhana Mohan. Jai Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinath, Madhana Mohan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,